Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and we are back for day 2 of our new purchases from Central States. And get on the track shoes. There are things that I will run through rather quickly here. Actually, I'm going to start with a coin we're going to stare at for a minute. But any coins that are available by the time the video launches, of course, our store or eBay, you can check anytime. But also, if you take a time to look down on the show notes, by clicking on the video title and the show notes drop down, there'll be links to each particular coin. Barber coinage, some of the most interesting designs, and it's such a strange coin because circulated ones are simply not attractive, but uncirculated ones are really pretty. And I was actually really excited about this coin, particularly because MS63, kind of one of my favorite style of holders. It's the pre-arrow holder, the slim pre-arrow holder, and I'll tell you what that means later. But also because most of the coins that I saw that were uncirculated in Barber quarters and halves were higher grades, and they were like $1 bazillion. Like literally, I was looking at an MS65 Barber half. I thought, oh, that'd be cool, and it was like $5,000. I thought, oh, that would be cool. All right. So, anyways, but this is just a lovely, attractive piece, and I'm gonna start my stack off my paper so I can take a look, so I can make room for what's coming through next. So anyways, but that when I talk about the arrows, so there's these NGC holders that have the arrows. That's to help stop tampering or show when it's been tampered with. All right, so this guy here, 1910, really attractive proof version, and actually has the cameo designation. So that is that effect where you have the black device, the black surface, and the white devices. And you can see at several angles here that holds true. Very attractive piece. So proof 66 cameo on that 1910. That's $750 on that guy. I did buy some expensive coins. I sold a lot, and so I just kept buying because I thought I got to replace this stuff. So here we go with a 1935 half dollar that I thought had a real nice original surface quality. I keep wanting to call that skin. Real nice original skin to it, nice surface quality. The reverse has a really beautiful overall tone. Just lovely as can be. MS65, so that's very expensive coin, $12.50. The decimal point is over there. So on that guy. 1914 Denver. So 1914 Denver, one of the scarcest Lincoln cents. And this particular guy here is kind of a harder grade to get in that it has a pretty good overall detail profile to it. You get that's kind of a darker coin. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here for you. And you can just see this lots of strength left in the lettering, and you have the wheat stocks are decent, strong. So nice little middle grade here, VF25 brown, 355 on that guy. Really a difficult coin to get in those middle grades. I may have accidentally bought some toned coins, so more than I normally do. So this coin here I thought was pretty vibrant. I've generally avoided the coins that were, $1,500 to $2,500 type tone coins, but I just thought this coin was real pretty. So you're looking at an MS66, and it's a common date, of course, this 1880. But it has just this really nice tequila sunrise kind of look to it on one side, and of course the reverse. What I'm always intrigued by is how many of these are blast white on one side and toned up on the other. So this guy I've got at 775 on that one. Next up, I kind of have a deal. Maybe you've seen the video I did live with Greg and Melissa at Front Range in October from Denver. And I always, whenever I see him, I say, okay, I'm going to buy whatever your cheapest coin is in your box. So this coin they sent in, and it was really pretty funny because he actually broke it out of a set himself, and sent it in, and it came back altered color. And it's very funny because funny is the wrong word, because actually, I mean, it's harsh, because I actually showed this to another dealer, and he actually cursed when he saw it. He was like, "What the F?" Like, because he knew, no, actually he said that's effed up, because he knew as soon as he saw it that that's exactly what almost every 1961 toned proof Lincoln cent will look like when you get through it, when you get it out of those cases. So anyways, I did buy a few world coins. I didn't have a chance to buy too many. I didn't walk the show. I had a few people drop by that had some world coins. Here we have a Carlos IV Spanish to escudo from 1804. 1804, a rather famous year for us U.S. collectors, and a coin that actually has a decent amount of meat on it. And of course, these run into a kind of a strike issue, which is to say they're not on strike, but some of them have really flat strikes to them, especially the Carlos part. So actually, you have to get it a little bit farther away and take a look to notice, the amount of luster that's still there. It's not a ton, but it actually still has luster at that angle. You can really kind of see it. And this coin is graded VF30, and so that is 550 on that bad boy there. Must have been the SLQ show for me here. I got quite a few SLQs in, Standing Liberty Quarters. I'm always amazed at kind of how inexpensive some of these are from the 20s when you find nice original uncirculated coins, because I don't see them very frequently. And I just think that they seem like they should be a lot more money for how infrequently you see them. So this is 1923 MS64. That one is $3.90. For the coins that I'm gonna race through, I don't even know if I have time to. Well, time is time. I've got a bunch of mid-century modern coins that I got in. So this 1950 proof 68, and so really I bought a few really high grade. Some of them are high grade, some of them are not that expensive. So like this coin here is an inexpensive coin at I think that $260 range ish. And then I got others that were not that expensive. So, for example, here's one in a 66 holder that's probably, like a $50 type coin. And the 1951 in a proof 66 holder. And this is also probably in that $50 ballpark. All these mid-century modern coins, I'm just going to run through them really fast and show you what dates I had in. This is a 56 in a proof 67 red cameo. That's about a $100 coin, more or less. Some of these should be pretty close. 1958 in a proof 67 red cameo. Hard to get cameos on these cents. You really have to have some of that contrast show up there. This is probably a $70 type coin on that guy. This one I thought had a stronger cameo to it. A stronger cameo look to it. This is a 67 red also. But even then, at that price point, it's only about a $40, roughly a $40 coin. What else do we got here? This is a 55 and a 67 cameo holder. It's about a $40 coin. Here's a 66 SMS set in a 67 cameo holder. That's probably about $60. This is about $70 on here. This 55 and a 68 cam on this dime. So, like I said, I just saw this little group and I thought these are fun. Someone's really gonna like these guys. These cameos that are hard to get from the 60s. This is a proof 68 ultra cameo on a 1960 dime. That's about $50. Here's a 1963 in a proof 67 cameo. That's probably $20. A 1965 SMS. These are actually harder to get the SMSs, especially that first year, the clad one. In a cameo, that might be about a $100 coin. 1953 quarter, proof 68. No cameo, although that has a very good cameo appearance to it. Probably about a $70 coin on that guy. And we'll get back to your regular coins here in just a minute. 1954 and a 7 cameo, probably about 75 bucks. A 1955 and a 68 cameo. Yeah, that one coin looked like a cameo. This is probably about 120 bucks. 1960, this is a 67 cameo. Probably about 30 or 40 bucks on that guy. And I got some Franklin halves mixed in here too, some quarters and halves. 1960, this is a 69 cameo. That's lovely. That's probably about 130 bucks. 62 and a 68 cameo, probably 25. 1960, probably a $45 coin. This is a 66 cam. 1963, that's closer. This is a proof 69, so that's probably a $200 coin. And the proof 69 is a tougher. Here's a proof 68 cameo and a 64. A 66 cameo in 67. See, look at all this. So there's large quantities of stuff like this at the show, at the Central State Show. All right, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program here. Beautiful 1941 San Francisco. This is the San Francisco treat as far as I'm concerned. San Francisco minted dime, just beautiful. And that coin, but dimes are fun because you can get those 40 dimes in like super high grade and they're not as expensive. That's a 67 with a CAC sticker, 125 on that guy. So this guy I'm probably gonna crack out and send in for conservation because it is a proof and it's got that hazy daisy going on, but it's a little thick and hazy. 1911 in a proof 62 holder. I actually have it wrote conserve on there, crack and conserve. But in the meantime, I've got it priced at $350 for now. Maybe it'll sell. Okay, so you can probably tell right away why I bought this silly little coin here. This 1926. Who's this guy? This guy is a Philly? No, San Francisco mint coin. Old soapbox. Just had some Mardi Gras colors going on here all around. And MS62, got that listed at 190. I did buy a few world coins from a guy. Interesting enough, 1956 Sweden. This is MS65. $50 coin on there. I thought it was just kind of fun to get, once again, some of those inexpensive world coins. Felt like a kind of a fun little group of things to purchase at the time. This is a 1963 Thailand, 20 baht. Thailand has, I think, some pretty beautiful looking coins. I think there's lots of things about Thailand that really has a lovely aesthetic in general. And that's 75 bucks on that guy in MS64. South Africa. Here's one of those coins that has multiple languages on it, 1910 to 1960. The South African Union 50th anniversary coin. I don't know what type of tree that is, but this guy is MS64, and that's a $65 coin. This one's kind of cool because this is 1919. It's actually a pretty early coin. It looks newer than that. It looks like it's something from the 50s because this is Denmark 10 ore. Of course, it is also upside down, but that was my doing. All right, the MS67. Another, it's a 100-plus-year-old coin in silver in 67 for 75 bucks. 1905 Sweden. Oh man, I can't believe I haven't gotten to the Swedish chef yet doing this stuff here. Dirty. You knew it was coming. One already dirty. Yeah, all right. That's enough. 65 Brown, MS65 Brown. And also, speaking of aesthetics, some of my favorite coins here. This is the Iranian Kingdom 1934 5 reals. And just a bold coin. You always get extra points when you have a sword on a coin. Very cool. This is $160 on that coin. This is a 5, just so you know. Now you know the rest of the story. I'm going to keep running into toners and keep telling you I don't buy toners. And then, but when I do, it's because I just felt like this works, right? So this one is an 84.0, once again, a common date, but also just had a lovely bit of eye appeal. So the guys that pay or look at coins that are $1,500, they take this color here in brilliance. If it's over the whole surface of the coin, that's when they're in at like 1,500 to 3,000 and like the crazy numbers. That's the color they like. But this one I really liked because it was a really high grade coin. It's a 66 star with toning, 975 on that guy. I thought it was just a pretty cool piece. Good catch. All right. 1869, 3-cent nickel, older NGC holder, MS65. One of the more lustrous 3-cent nickels I've had. That one is 710 on that guy. So, speaking of coins that you're not sure you should buy or not, maybe you're not sure, maybe I'm not sure, but also this has a lot of that really wild toning to it. It's also a super high grade and a high technical grade. I actually like this really subdued side a little bit better. I like this look. Let me get a better look. There we go. This look is a look that I like on a $50. Reminds me of some classic Kamems that I've owned that I may or may not have regretted parting ways with over the years. This is actually an MS66 FBL plus FBL CAC approved, stickered, the whole shebang. So for those of you who are specializing in this type of stuff, there it is. There it is. That's a fun little type coin, 1835 quarter. This is a coin that I really rarely see, so we'll talk a little bit about the grading. I don't get these in very often. These coins oftentimes have that super flat finish to this wing area, and it makes them very hard to grade because all that flatness looks like where, but you got to see what's left on it. All the detail left on the talons. You know, what are the high points looking like on this coin? Same thing with this side. The obverse, you've got really, if you look at that rounded cheek, that's very original and very high. You can see the darkness wear across some of the chin and hairline, but also really nice piece, XF40, 375 on that type coin. Little 2.5 Indian, 1913. PCGS graded. MS62, 720 on that guy. Told you I had some SLQs. 1926 Denver, and actually not a terrible strike for a Denver. So these 26 Denvers sometimes come with like an absolutely incuse head. You can see it at an angle here where the top of that head just kind of almost goes down right in the center instead of up. They're extremely difficult to get in full head. This is not a full head coin. But it is a mint state coin, MS63 on that guy. And I'll have to double check on that coin because I think I paid 310. So it'll be a little bit more than that if that's the correct number. I don't know how that snuck through. There's a few things in here it looks like I haven't actually done the work on yet. So, because I was buying until the bitter end. That's why. That's why. Because, like, for example, next up, you just heard me writing the number on this coin before I forget. 1930, San Francisco mint. Really, really nice grade. Buffalo nickel with a nice tone and a satin finish to it. I mean, you're gonna like this coin. That's all I can say. And a 66 CAC approved. It's a very likable coin, and this I've got priced at $9.25 on that guy as of like 3 seconds ago, 2 minutes ago. Here's one that I was going to send off to CAC if it's still around, just for the fun. 1946. This is one of the few times I actually saw a quarter and I thought it actually graded right. You know, but like there's just nothing, there's not much going on here as far as marks go. Very, very original, very clean quarter. This is MS67, 2 1/4. I will probably eventually send that to CAC if someone doesn't purchase it. I thought it was a pretty cool coin. So there is a way that these clad coins are made where it's a sandwich, right? You have the top layer and the middle layer and the bottom layer. So the bread halves, the two little halves that are like a nickel material instead of the copper core, they're very thin and small. And this is a brockage of just that thin slice. Isn't that wild? Struck clad layer. They call it an AU details net 40. I don't know. I call it $400. I just thought it was neat. Sometimes you buy stuff because you just think it's neat. If you're putting together a nice little piece dollar set and you want something that looks good but isn't super expensive, I like this 26S. MS63, 2 1/4. I thought it was really nice for 63. So the overall surface is really strong. It has like if you get at certain angles here, you'll start to see just a little bit of some scuffs. But if it's not for those, it's a much higher grade coin. So the scuffs are kind of like, you got to get at the right angle to start to see them pop up. The toning hides it very well. So it looks like a much higher grade coin. But at a sharper angle, you can kind of start to pick up those little scuff marks throughout on the cheek and whatnot right there. So very pleasing coin though. I like the color. I like the color on that. So sometimes they're just pretty coins. That was this guy. This 80S and MS66. Once again, a coin that I thought, I just saw this coin and it was like, how do you not just look at that? I mean, it looks like it was struck yesterday. I believe in yesterday. There you go, $600 on that guy. Going once, going twice, sold. I just thought, sometimes the coins are just so pretty. All you can do is just look at them and say, yeah, that's pretty awesome. All right, I don't even know. I got a couple things here. I'm not sure what's going on. So 1917, another really nice looking mercury dime. Usually the 16s and 17s are struck very well, so you will get those full bands, those middle bands. Also, the old slimline holder that I like from NGC. This is a 65 full bands. 4 1/4 on that little guy. One of my favorite things that I purchased while I was in not Long Beach, that's coming up. The Fukvanga. All right, so this coin was a, how do you put this? This was something that was tried to be sold to the government. This guy made coins. It's kind of like Civil War era, right? It's dated 1837, but these things were made, I think they were post-date, backdated. Now I'm going to say all the wrong things, so just ignore everything else that I've said so far and just enjoy this coin. So for these coins, there's actually several different types. This is the most common type. So you'll see this in the red book. This is the only one of these I have ever owned that has actual just bombastic luster. it's on both sides of the coin. Every one of these I've ever owned looks like dead lead, even when they're struck well. And I just love this thing. This is a great, great piece. And that is $15.75 on that guy. But really, really neat. Really neat. Oh, good. I was looking for these. I'm glad they came home with me. I would have been happy if they had maybe sold, but also, so this is one of the few CAC graded coins, CACG, that I purchased while I was there. This coin is graded by them, Proof 63 brown. Of course, I am into it probably closer to like Proof 64 red brown kind of money, because it's just a lovely, lovely coin. And you can see it has a lot of different colors hopping around inside there. And I got $500 on that guy, but I think it's overall a real pleasing coin. I think you'll enjoy it if you purchase it. I had a few. I don't know how I ended up with all these proof. Who was handling the checkbook that day? 1893. So this one's Proof 65 brown. So, you know, the funny thing is there is the color grading scheme that we have set up currently for copper coins, and of course they have either brown, brown, or red. But you can find brown coins that trade higher than red coins because they're not truly brown. They are, you know, purple. This coin also, by the way, I like because it is, although it's graded 65 brown, 850 on this coin, it very much so has a cameo appearance to it, which they did not call out, but also just based on a lot of the proof Indians that I saw. Speaking of brown coins, so this is the one that has that really cool combination. So when you get an Indian head cent that has that proof finish, but it has a satin finish to it, the field quality, that is this coin. Just really a pretty piece. High quality fields all the way around. That's the look. 1887, Proof 66 brown. CAC, that's $15.75. I just had two different coins priced at $15.75. Let's take a break from that stuff to look at something that's modern. This Germanica piece, MS70. This was in a group of world coins that I bought, and I'm pointing out just the fact that the things that people do with the modern coins when it comes to security enhancements, etc., etc., all the fine line work that just kind of they can do. Look at that. That is full toes right there. Just don't let anyone get at the toes. All right, I'm not going down that path. Austria, 1872. This is a 10 Kreutzer MS61. And also, I turned it the wrong way because they turn the different way than we turn our coins. And this is an $89 coin on that guy. 1906 Norway. I thought this was kind of a, well, first of all, very regal looking coin. 1906, this is a 2 kroner celebration of independence. MS63 also turns this way. Norway. All the hands, shaking hands in unity. This is $160 on that guy. We're getting near the bottom, guys, honestly. Just bear with me a little bit more. Get that, refresh that popcorn if you need to. 1946 Denmark. This is graded MS66. This is a $65 coin. A holy coin. We see them once in a while. Get a few holy coins here. 1918 AU58 full head. So nice looking coin, strong strike, strong shield, strong head. Date is there. These coins, some of them, look at how the date is almost just, you can see how flat that date is. little bit on the dark side there. 340 on that guy. 1913 MS65 Type 2. So Type 2 is the ground where we walk on, we're used to. The Type 1 has the raised ground. They made those both types in 1913. And really a lovely coin overall, MS65. 375 on that. Here's one of those rattlers, proof for rattlers I'm not sure what to do with. You know, I've got that other coin I showed you that I was thinking about getting, cracking out and sending in for conservation. This coin also kind of makes my hit list a little bit because it's really a nice looking coin, a proof 64. The only difficulty on a coin like that is there's just not a lot of leeway in the price point that I've got marked at 400 bucks. Got a few more pretty birds here. 1883, just kind of a really common, just an MS63 coin, CAC approved with a little touch of toning to it. So not anything too wild and crazy, but just kind of a little bit of attractive tone to it on that guy. 1943 Denver Mint MS65. For those of you putting together a Walker set, you need a PCGS 65. Might be the coin for you. There's a 155 on that guy. All right. Feeling like there's something I'm leaving out here, and I don't know what it is yet, but maybe in these last couple of coins I'll think of it. This is a 1930 super strong head. Look at how strong that shield is there on those top notches and the head. Super full head on that guy. 1930 MS63 full head. 500 US dollars. Thank you. Thanks for playing. So this is, I think, about 150 bucks on this 1940 Proof 65 red. CAC approved. Also has a little bit of a cameo look to it. Like I said, those scents are really hard to get a cameo, but some of them come just so completely flat. I mean, it's completely flat, no look to them at all. This guy, I'm about to show you. I have no idea how much he is because my tag got all messed up in transit. I think actually he's pretty similar in price to the penny. This is 1940 and a proof 66, also CAC approved. So I think that was a similar price. There it is. There's your price right there. This one's pretty funny because this one, I actually was marked full steps plus, but that is of course not an official grading mark. And so, but I bought it as a full step coin, full steps, even though it's not on the label. Ay. What am I doing? It's so funny. Full steps. 67, 43D, possibly full steps. Who knows? I got that marked at 100 bucks. I may have goofed off on that one. Goofed up. All right, 1896, just two more to go here. One last toner. I did it again. Oops. I did it again. Another coin with some toning. This is kind of almost a purple haze, a little bit of some blue, not green, MS66, 475 on that 1896 coin. And last but not least, this guy's about 1100, maybe a little bit less, but love me some McKinley action here. US Commem, PCGS, MS65, CAC approved from the Louisiana Purchase Exposition in St. Louis, 1803-1903. Just still one of my favorite designs, just an epic looking little coin here. And lovely. And I'm calling it a day. I don't know if I forgot anything, it'll pop up sometime later. And thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.